Hi, Joe Murphy. This is based upon the previous video. If you're going to watch this video, you really need to watch the previous video first. This is based upon situational leadership. I'm teaching situational leadership to a client of mine and co-facilitating the class. There's about 20 people in the class. It's a really great class. So yesterday I went through and we discussed goals, diagnosing the person's competency level, and then matching your specific leadership style to their competency level. Now, situational leadership, Roman numeral II, I'm going to back up a little bit. This is based upon a book written in the 1990s by Dr. Ken Blanchard, really smart person, and Dr. Paul Hershey. Now, what happened was, it's called situational Roman numeral II. They had a split, and I guess they had an argument. They had a discussion. They didn't like each other. They fell apart. So they both sued each other because this class was so phenomenally popular that they split, and they made an agreement. I'll call this situational leadership 2. You're going to call it situational leadership. We'll part ways. We'll go off. I think Paul Hershey wound up selling the rights of his part of situational leadership to the Creative Center for Leadership, if I remember correctly. Ken Blanchard still markets this. I'm a certified trainer in the situational leadership. It is a great book. So if you're interested in it, go find Situational Leadership, the book, and read it. It's a terrific way to manage and lead your staff. All right, I'm going to draw a quadrant, a series of quadrants here. And I'll be going through this in another video as well. But I want you to think of, I talked about this yesterday, there's this scale where a person goes from D1 to D2 to D3 to D4. Okay, and it's going from right to left. I know most of us go from left to right, but this one goes from right to left. As they move up the scale, they become a D4. Okay, up here, this is where we have 4 different boxes. And in these 4 different boxes, they describe the person's competency level. Again, this is D1, D2, D3, D4. And as you go through this, the idea is, remember yesterday's or the previous sessions, it's based upon a specific task or goal. It is not their competency level in general, not like an IQ or EQ. This is based upon their task or goal. So yesterday I explained I'm at a D1 for skiing in the Alps. I'd probably be a D2 or D3. No, I'd be a D2. I'd have to remember if I was skiing in Colorado, maybe D3. A little bit hesitant. So what the idea is, when you're at a D1, the idea is to move the person through a D4. So it goes like this. You want to move the person from D1 to D4. But you're going to do this with different leadership styles. Leadership style 1, leadership style 2, 3, 4. You get the picture. Each one of these different styles of leadership is aligned to where the development level is. So, for example, if I'm skiing in the Alps and I'm a first-time skier, you're going to give me a lot of direction. I'm going to be highly motivated. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. My motivation may trick you into I'm very competent. It's a little psychological thing, and we all have done this. We've hired people who are very motivated, but we're not competent, okay? But I might be motivated, but you're going to find out, have you been skiing in the Alps? Have you ever done, how much skiing have you done? You're going to find out right away, I'm in a D1. You say, well, I'm going to help you. And you're going to wind up directing me, saying you put the skis on this way, you fasten the skis on the boots this way. I want you to tie your boots a certain way. I want you to put the straps on your hand a certain way. I want you to even watch me get into the gondola as we go up, and watch me get into the lift as we go a little bit higher. Okay, but you're not going to send me up there and let me do it on my own. That's D4. But you're going to analyze where I am. and you're going to have a conversation to analyze which level I'm at. This is a lot of direction. You're going to direct me. This one, after I go down the hill once and I fall, you're going to coach me here. You're going to do more coaching. Okay? So as I go down the hill a couple times and I fall a couple times, you're going to say, don't put your skis like this. Put them this way. Try it like this. Watch me. And you're going to model. But this one, before you even get up there, you're going to be very directive. You're going to say, do this, don't do this, do this, do this, do this. Then as I go through this and I become more competent or more skilled, I'm going to be hesitant, but you're going to start asking me questions here. Okay? I'm going to be hesitant because I was excited. I found out it's a lot harder. I got to here. I need a lot more coaching. Then I do direction. Okay? But I'm hesitating. And you're going to say to me, do you remember what I told you when you go down the hill, how to hold the skis or how to stand in the skis when you go from side to side? What are you supposed to do with your left leg if you're going to the left? When you do the turn, what are you supposed to do with your right leg when you want to go back, when you want to loop back? Okay? So, and then I'm going to need a little bit of encouragement. You could do this. I've seen you go down the hill over here, the blue circle twice. This is nothing. Just a little bit higher up, 2 blue circles. You can go down this, same thing. Then finally, I'm going to get to a black diamond, just 1 black diamond. And I'm going to still be hesitant, but this is where you encourage me and say, tell me again, how did you do this? Okay, eventually, and skiing is probably not the greatest example because eventually I'm going to get to a D4. And after a while, you're not going to direct me what to do because I will see you as a micromanager. And that's where micromanaging comes in. When you start applying D1 type coaching or D1 leadership or S1 leadership that needs to go to a D1 to a D4 person. That's aggravating. And that's why people quit. Does this make sense? This is such a great class. If you have not taken the class, I don't care what level you are, whether you're C-level, vice president, director, supervisor, get yourself in that class as soon as you can. It's worth it. It does cost a lot of money. I'm Joe Murphy, and I am here for your success. Thanks for watching.